Alright, another confession to make. When I first came online, I was only online to troll, to rage bait. I never took it seriously, I never cared, you know what I mean? It was about banter, taking the piss. But I kind of stopped that now, because every now and again, I'd come across a creator and I'd write something, to trigger them. And they'd delete the post, they'd be gone. And I'd be like, that's not kind of the reaction that I wanted, That's not going over my head then, like fucking. Because I used to always think that people that post online, I was kind of tired of them, online are confident, secure, all that kind of stuff, when they're not really, So I was thinking, like, I made that person delete their fucking post. They could have been like, trying to get up the confidence for ages, to post something online, and here I am coming along just taking it away from them, So I said, I have to stop that. Lately I've been hearing about the 300 view jail on TikTok. And I'm like, what's wrong with 300 views? 300 views is plenty, Half of that is plenty. You don't need more than that. With social media, when you grow on social media, you know what comes with that, right? I mean, it's confinement, You have to behave, act in a way that's in accordance with people's expectations of you, So you get more and more confined, especially when the brand deals start coming and that, and business, it turns into a business. You can't talk outside those confines, you know what I mean? So be prepared for that, and I wouldn't be like that. I'm not like I'd switch up. I just switch up with a drop of a hat, because I don't believe people are supposed to be consistent all the time, even though, people love consistency, it's familiar, they don't like any deviation from it. But I think we're inconsistent by nature, we change our minds, we're subject to whims, twists, turns and stuff like that. When I see someone that's too consistent, I automatically think that's just a person that's locked into a character, it's not real to me, So I switch up. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to fucking promote people being a fucking drifter either, I'm consistent with my goals, I'll be consistent with my values, my standards, they're the only things that I feel like I need to be consistent with. Everything else is subject to fucking change. I'll change my mind. Even with my goals, you know what I mean? I'll change paths, but the aim is the same, it's just evolving. Like, there's two guys that I see on YouTube, right? One of them's promoting fucking keto for the past decade. Another guy is promoting intermittent fasting for the past decade. They're locked into that brand. And you can't tell me that they've been in the fitness industry that long and haven't fucking evolved past keto or we say intermittent fasting, you know what I mean? And to give an example, there's a guy, Joey Swole, if you remember him. He put up a tribute to Hulk Hogan. He positions himself as the fucking, the gym judge, of gym etiquette, So when he put up a tribute to Hulk Hogan, people went fucking crazy, People started to turn on him, It wasn't consistent, And he started fucking having a hissy fit on fucking line, freaking out. And all he was thinking, that's my brand, that's my money, I'm losing fucking followers. If that was me, I would have doubled down on that, I love Hulk Hogan, I grew up watching him during my impressionable years, you know what I mean? Hulkamania, fucking brother, 24-inch pythons, you know what I mean? Fucking great. Eat your vitamins or take your vitamins, say your prayers, It was great. I mean, I don't know much about the fucking Hulk Hogan's personal life, and to be honest with you, you know what I mean, I don't love him that much, And I was more of a Bret Hart man myself when I was young, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, that kind of thing. I'll fight you any place, anywhere, any day, In fact, I said that in school when I was young. This kid kept asking me to fight him. And out in the cloakroom, I just said, I'll fight you any place, anywhere, any day. So we fought after school, and I had that pre-fucking nerve, fight that the pre-nerves before you fight. And he kicked me in the shin, and I took his legs. He was waiting for an audience, so we were standing there for a while. So I took his legs from underneath him, and he had a big curly fucking head. So I grabbed him by the curls and I just started popping his head off the pavement, just pop, pop, pop. He started crying, I left out a row, And I said, fucking hell, I got a fright. I jumped up and ran, you know what I mean? And that was the end of that. But I'm going off track here now. I don't mean to be promoting anything, but if you're in Cork City, they sell these tank tops. say Sports Direct down Blackpool. I went up there yesterday. I keep going up there to buy more. You get 2 of them for €13. I was extra large, but I'm large now, and I don't think I'll ever be extra large again, because once I get my body fat below 15%, I'm never going to grow past 15% again. So it's unlikely that I'm going to be walking around extra large with 15% body fat. Oh, and they got these back in littles. If you're looking, I'm a chocolate man, you know. These are like my little mostly when I'm dieting, you know. So I doubled up on them because they never stock up. Anyway, that's it. Today was my weigh-in. Last week I took off 4 pounds. This week I only took off 1. I didn't want to take off 4 pounds. My target is 2. I knew I was going to fucking feel that in the gym, and I did. I was bench pressing, and it felt like a ton of bricks. I still made rep range though, but I don't like when I put off too much weight. You know, sometimes I get overzealous. You know what I mean? And I work harder than what I think I'm working. You know, so sometimes you could be pulling off weight. You could be working harder than what you fucking need to. You know what I mean?